We're back in Hungary at this brand new backlot for us. We'll be shooting some of the crucial interior scenes of the show here.
Okay, thank you. I think that's cool.
So we shot a scene today that featured a magical object called the Leofail. It has magical properties. It can be used for good or for evil, mainly evil in this show. The Leofail belongs to a newbie, advisor to King Avalak. You will see a lot of it in this show.
1,000 of our kinsmen swallowed by the sea, and this savage crag is our salvation.
Some of the interiors we've built at this backlot include Karis's chambers and all of the interiors for Caer Loth, which is located in the Orkney Islands up north and where a unique portion of our story happens.
I want to make sure we see this. So we're in Caer Loth, which is home to King Loth and his son Lot and his son Urien. It's a real place. If you just keep going north, past Scotland, the islands are up there. And in the world of the show, in the world of this story, it's a very sort of remote, barren place.
Very creepy.
There is some contention here within the walls of Caer Loth.
We are alone and undefended, Father. Should we not seek alliances for the welfare of our kingdom?
They feel a bit like they are on their own here because they're in a very remote location.
No one seeks our counsel or our aid, all because we live on these distant, God-forsaken shores.
Hold for just one beat before we swing around. It's just giving her time to get in place. He hears the door behind him, he pauses, and then he turns. I think you could still hold a beat longer when you first look at the door. So hold there just for like just a couple beats. Hold the gloomy atmosphere in Caer Loth. There's some very dark things happening within these walls.
The slower that it comes down, the more elegant, the more in control, and then it's the quickest.
Some of the scenes that we're shooting this week are scenes I've been looking forward to since the writing process first began, really getting these emotionally beautiful moments between both Taliesin and Karis, and then later Merlin and Karis. These sort of twin scenes that take place in Karis's chambers when she offers each of the two important men in her life the great sword, the Fisher King's sword, one of the really powerful, important statements that the film makes about power and the relationship that our heroes have to power. But because the sword was crafted in Atlantis, because it was crafted of materials and through techniques that have been lost to the sea, it's unique in all of the world. It's truly an almost indestructible blade, and it represents kingship and authority. It represents the deep past and the hope of the future, and it represents power.
One of the biggest hero props is the Avalak sword, which was a very long process to develop and make.
There's a little bit of a precision in the printed version that we're not getting in the metal version.
All the pouring techniques that we used and the casting techniques, they had to be period correct, so the sword reflects the period as much as possible. But also it has to reflect all the descriptions that the book gave, because the book gave very precise description of the sword, and also it had to reflect on how the whole Avalak culture is sort of a fantasy culture.
This should be the dark sapphire,
okay,
not the emerald.
Okay.
These sapphire eyes should be the emerald.
So it had to be kind of a balancing act between being historically correct, but also reflecting on all the artistic features of the show. We had at least 6-7 different designs, and we manufactured at least 2 or 3 different types of these designs.
The level of detail on this, both on the dragon head and on the cross hilt, I think we have to accomplish here for this to be Atlantean, otherworldly, mystical. If it feels mass-produced at all, which is what this casting in fact makes it feel like a little bit to me, then it doesn't feel like this is the one-of-one, most special sword that's ever been made by the greatest craftsmen from the other world who are no longer even in this world with us. Otherwise, I think it's beautiful and we're well on our way.
I had to do a little sword movement today, which was something I'm not super familiar with, despite having a lot of time to rehearse all of the sword fighting scenes and everything like that in prep. So thankfully James Arden, my scene partner, has done a lot of stage combat and was able to kind of show me how to spin the sword and hold the sword very cool so that it looks nice and sexy on camera and not clumsy like I've never done this before. So thank you, James.
Oh, that's the Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, sick, right?
Awesome.
Sword of a High King.
Radius has a sword. Sword of Britain.
We're ending this week taking our second hero sword, the Sword of Britain, into one of the major duels of Season 1. It's directed by Jesse V. Johnson, and it's performed by the completely committed Finney Cassidy, who's probably going to lose to Thomas Titteman.
I love it. Yeah, let's do it.
What would be nice if it's steady cam, as the horse comes, he moves out of the way of the horse, and the horse whoosh goes through.
Can't wait to see what they've done with, because it looked fantastic shooting.